Welcome in the fourth section of our TypeScript course. In this section we'll be looking at the TypeScript advanced types. So we'll be looking at the usage of generators and iterators. We'll see how to leverage them to implement lazy sequences. Next, we will do a deep dive into generics. In one of the previous videos, we saw how generics works, but this time we'll try to implement something that has a business value using generics. Next, we will see what are the wording types and when we can use them. At the end, we'll be using intersections and unions for creating more flexible code. And this is a first video of our fourth section. And in this video, we'll be using iterators and generators for more concise code base. So firstly, we'll see how to create a lazy iterator. We'll be using iterators for generating infinite sequence, and also we'll be using generators. So let's start. So here we have a definition of iterator in a TypeScript language. Here is the infinite sequence iterator. So we can see that we are creating a function with star. It means that this is an iterator. And then we have some logic that has a yield keyword. The yield keyword is a key here. So if we are iterating here true, so it means that we will be iterating over and over again without finished, but yield is returning the control to the caller. So every time we are typing yield, the function will finish at a specific moment and will not be invoked until the next function on this iterator will be called. So this fragment of code is showing exactly that. So firstly, we are creating infinite sequence. At this point, nothing happened. It is lazy. Then we are logging iterator next. So every call to next is causing this line to be executed, and yield is returning, and back and forth, back and forth. And here we are doing a while true, so it means it will be executed indefinitely. So this is not a very useful way to use iterators, but let's try to use iterator that will return only first three elements of also potential infinite sequence. So we're creating iterate until third element method, and we have an index here, and we are iterating as long index is lower than 3. So we are yielding index and we are incrementing in every iteration. So first we are creating that iterator and we are calling next on it first time, second time, third time and fourth time. Because here we have that condition less than 3, so that fourth execution should not return value. So we will examine how this behaves in the Chrome console. So we will go to the compiled JavaScript, take that fragment with the iterator to third element, and we will pass it into the Chrome. And this will be an expected output. So firstly we will get a value 0 and done false, so it means that our iterator didn't finish yet, then value 1 and done still false, value 2 done false, and at the fourth execution we will get done true. So it means that our iterator finished and has no more values. So every subsequent call to the next will always return done true in next invocations. So iterator could be used only once and then it's finished. Generators are very similar to iterator, but we can implement more sophisticated logic. Generators are also about returning control to the caller, but we can do more things inside of it. So generator also is defined with the function star, and then we can do whatever we want, but we need to define which value should be returned at the which call. So firstly, when we will create a generator and call it, it will return before generated first add. Then on the next call, it will generate the first add, then second call, second add, and then it will be done because there is no more values in that generator. And another next call, we can do whatever we want. So after that invocation, we can do our logic like adding something and so on, and it will not block our invocation. So let's take a generated JavaScript that has a generator code. We can see that it compiles to the quite complex JavaScript file. We can type it here and we can see that firstly it starts Iterator, then before generated first add, we have that value 0 done false because it is still in progress, then we are generating first add, second and then done is true. So we were able to go back and forth using generators.